This is episode number 48. Start your weight loss plan here. At CBF, we know that for you to change your body, you need to change your mind. Exercise and eating healthy is only part of the plan. We care about our members as we care about our family, because our members become our family. It is not about competition, but support. It is not about being the strongest or the fastest, but about you defeating your negative self. It is about working together and making the task challenging and have fun. By the end, what matters is not how hard the session was, but that you take control of your mind so you can take control of your body. My name is Sandro Torres, and I'm happy you are part of our family. Welcome to Custom Body Fitness.
Are you ready? I'm going to teach you how you're going to do this. How you're going to lose weight permanently. Long-lasting results. It's going to be very simple. I recommend you grab a notebook and a pen, because I want you to write down a couple things that you're going to go back and you're going to refresh all the time. So keep that in mind. So grab that notebook and that pen. I want you to be honest with yourself. That's the first thing, because that's exactly what you want to know how far you want to go. If you want to lose 10 pounds, it's okay. If you want to, let's say you overweight around 60 pounds, and you only want to lose 40 pounds, even though you still have 20 pounds overweight, it's completely fine, but you're going to the right direction. Your mind might change as you go along with the process, but right in this moment, I want you to be honest with you. Why am I asking you this? Because if you're not honest, you can push too much to get something that you actually don't want right now. Here is a great example. If you're thinking to get a toned body, it's possible to get a toned body, but it requires a lot of effort. And I don't know if you're ready to do that, if you're ready to pay that effort. And the problem, if you say yes and you're not ready, you're going to drop everything because it's a lot of work. It is possible, but it all depends how mentally strong you are. So, to tone your body, here is a great example. You need to do periodization. Periodization is lifting heavier weights every time that weight that you're lifting it becomes easy. With a 5-pound weight, you are not going to tone your body. With a 10-pound weight, you're not going to tone your body. 15-pound weight is not going to tone your body. 20 above, etc. is when the change starts. So I want you to keep that in mind. As you're pushing along that process, it's not going to be easy. So, if you don't want to tone your body, you just want to lose some weight, fit into your dress, into your jeans, anything like that is completely fine, and you can get that, and it's even easier. So the first thing is be honest with yourself. How far I want to go? How mentally strong I am? What can I do to actually get there? Can you run? Can you do weightlifting? Can you exercise every day, 3 times a week, etc.? Everything is possible. Just make sure you are ready to pay the price for the body that you're looking for. The more you want, the more you need to pay for. Okay? So that's the first thing. Now we're going to go to the second point. So write this down. The second point is, why is the reason that you want to lose weight? It's fine, because that's going to be the motivation that is going to give you the power to continue going forward. That desire, it's going to wake up that desire inside of you to actually continue moving forward. It's going to give you the passion. It's going to give you the strength. It's going to give you the motivation. It's going to give you all that when you don't have the energy to do things. When you're ready to drop everything, when you're tired, when life gets in the middle, when you don't have the money, when you're getting divorced, when you're losing your job, when you get sick, when anything happens, okay, the motivation is going to be the reason why you want to lose weight. Otherwise, if you don't have that motivation clear, okay, that desire, the reason why you want to do this, you can drop it at any time. Because your toe hurts, you're going to drop it. Because you get a cold, you're going to drop it. Because today you don't have money to pay one bill, you're going to drop it. Because you got into a fight with your significant other, you're going to drop it. So make sure your motivation, your desire, everything is all set up. Make sure the reason why you're doing this is completely clear. Like, I'm tired and sick or tired of feeling tired and sick and not having the energy. I can even go swimming because I don't have the energy and I get tired right away. I'm tired of looking the way I'm looking when I take my shirt off and having that belly, the stomach. I'm tired of the clothes not fitting me. I'm not willing to do this anymore. I'm going to get these clothes and throw it away and buy smaller clothes because I want to fit there. But I want you to keep that in mind. I want you to actually make sure that it's there. It's there all the time. No, not only when you're motivated, not only when you're feeling that you want to lose weight, but when those hard moments come. So make sure that's completely clear. That's one thing. Second, you need to be thinking about how great you're going to look. Okay? You're not there yet. Okay? You don't have that body, but I want you to think about how you're going to be able to actually go ride your bike, how you're going to be able to hike a big mountain, how you're going to be able to go for a run, to take your shirt off confidently. So make sure you have those desires completely clear. Make sure you know what you're doing this, because if you don't know why you are doing this, now it's going to be a negative in your plan. You're going to drop it anytime. And that's one of the reasons why many people drop their program. You have to keep in mind that out of 400 people, only one person is successful. And when the other percentage, around 5 people, 6 people, regain that weight that actually lost. And the other percent, if you notice, they drop the program. So have that in mind. Yes, it's important that you know about eating, exercising, about your hormones, about times that you're eating. There is a lot of things that I'm going to give you right now, but this is the first thing. Because if you don't have that set up, nothing matters. Nothing matters. So once you have those desires set up, okay, I want you to look and go back to them every week, every month, every time. And when you're depressed, I want you to go back and read it and understand the reason why you're doing that. That's going to give you, once again, the motivation to continue going forward. You're being honest with you, and now we have the reasons why you're doing this. Now we have to set up a goal. Make sure it's a realistic goal. This ties up to the body that you're looking for. This ties up to the honesty that how far you want to go, how much you want to pay to get there. I'm willing to actually eat healthy. I'm willing to live heavy. I'm willing to go to the next level. I'm willing to be sorry every day. Okay, so let's say you want to lose 28 pounds. That's very possible. Now, every month you need to check yourself that you're losing those 4 pounds a month. So now we have a realistic goal and we have a time bound, okay? Very simple. Now we have a goal. Now we're going to do little things that are going to help you to get there. And this is that's the real deal. These are the small things that you're going to do that's going to take you to the bigger goal. So this is very important what I'm going to tell you. So keep this in mind. Write down this. If I can trust somebody with $10 and that person comes back and gives me more than $10, make some money and give me more than $10, says, here you go, I give you $10 and extra because I invested your money, I can give him $100. I can give him $1,000. I can give that person actually 100,000, 1 million. Why? Because I'm trusting that person that he or she can do the small things. Therefore, it's going to do great things with more money. Okay, the same thing happens with your habits. If you can't do the small things, you're not going to be able to do the bigger things. So if I give that person $10 and that person comes back and say, you know what, I spent your money, I'm not going to pay you back, I just simply don't have it, that means that I won't be able to trust that person with $100, with $1 million, because he's going to come back with nothing. He's not going to pay me back. So the same applies to your habits, okay? If you can't eat the apple during the day, you're not going to be able to cook the right foods. If you're eating a candy bar, a processed bar, a frozen food, a frozen meal, anything, or you go to the fast food restaurant, you're not going to be able to cook. You're not going to be able to keep your habits. You're not going to be able to actually eat on schedule, etc., because you can't do the small things. So begin with the small things, and you don't have to do this overnight. You can set up small goals week by week. This week I'm going to do this. I'm going to replace the candy bar or the processed bar for an apple. That's a good beginning, right? And then next week you do something else. You say, okay, this week I'm going to cook my lunch. And then you cook your lunch and you get rid of the fast food that you buy. So here is my point. Begin with the smallest thing. Begin with the apple. Begin with walking half an hour every day. Begin by getting off the TV or out of those wasting time and habits, and start watching these kind of videos, or start reading about how you're going to get there. Those are how you're going to get to your goal, to your weight loss goal, whatever other things that you want. That's an investment. That's those small things that are going to add up in the future. It's going to give you those results. So remember, begin with the small things and then build up the biggest things. Now that you know that, we're going to talk about eating. So here's a couple points about eating that I'm going to tell you. This is very important. You're not dieting. You're eating according to your body. You're eating according to how you've been accustomed, how your culture actually likes to eat, and the things that you love to eat. You're just going to eat the real foods. You're going to get rid of the rest. Dieting is not good for you because a diet doesn't fit everybody. Okay? That's the first thing. Second thing, you don't know if this diet is actually something that you like, that is sustainable. So you're going to eat the things that you love. So keep that in mind. But we're going to follow a couple things, a couple rules that are going to apply to your life. They're very simple and easy to follow. Ready? So first thing what I recommend is find out what foods that your body likes. Okay, your body likes some foods. Even though we have some foods they're healthy, some of us are allergic to some foods and don't like those foods even though they're healthy. Your body can tell you which ones you're allergic to, or you can do an allergy test. After that, the next point is get rid of all the processed food. Everybody's allergic to processed foods because that's not made to eat. That's made to profit. They take all the nutrients and they put chemicals on it so they can last long in the shelf and they have good flavors, but doesn't have any nutrients that actually are valuable for your body. So processed food out. It's not food. So take that out of your diet. Anything that is packaged, that is made, that has chemicals, that have preservatives. Out, 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 out. When you buy something, buy whole foods. If you're going to buy something processed, canned, etc., make sure it has the needed nutrients or the needed ingredients on it, such as, here's a great example. I'm Mexican. I like cured jalapenos, okay? So cured jalapenos, simple. It has jalapenos, it has vinegar, it has oil, it has salt. That's what it is. If it has high fructose corn syrup, if it has dextrose, if it has other things that I can pronounce, and that has a lot more chemicals, that's not an ingredient that needs it. It's there, so it lasts longer and it's going to affect your health. So that's a great example, okay? And when you go to the supermarket, you're also going to find out that some products cover those chemicals or those preservatives by vitamins. So instead of putting the name of the chemical, the preservative, they put it as a vitamin. So you also want to remove that out of your diet. Second thing, fast foods. Fast food is the same thing, okay? Fast food that has been processed, that has been actually delivered to the place because they have a system. It's not good for you as well, so get it out of your diet. Second, sugar-added drinks. Get it out of your diet. They don't help you. There is no value on it. As a matter of fact, it actually causes diseases such as diabetes, okay? Kidney stones. So get it completely out of your diet. If you want to lose weight, if that's your goal, there's your desire. You should get it out of your diet. Out, out, out. Alcohol. Alcohol is another thing that doesn't help you in any form in life. Make a research on alcohol, you're going to find if there is any positive effects. They claim there is positive effects because people like alcohol, but there is nothing positive about it. Even doesn't help with the stress because it doesn't clear your mind. It makes you dizzy. It makes you forget things. But as soon as that effect goes away, you remember things that you are still worried about. So what's the whole deal about drinking the alcohol? It doesn't help you at all. Unless you are planning to be drunk every day. So then if you're planning to be drunk every day, there's not going to be a stress. You're going to have problems, but you're not going to be thinking about it. Right? Now, that's not going to help you to lose weight. So, if you really want this, you have to choose. You have to choose. Now, I'm not saying that you should not allow yourself once in a while to have a drink if you really want to drink. Every month, every 2 weeks, 1 or 2. But if you're doing this daily, it's a bad habit. Think about it. Think about how it's affecting your future. Think about if it's helping it. Think about in a year where you're going to be, in 2 years when you're going to be, in 5 years where you're going to be if you continue practicing this habit. Is this habit adding value to your life? It's my suggestion. If you think that you can get there, continue practicing those bad habits, please. Try it. Be my guest. And if you don't get there, I recommend you go back to this video and listen to this and maybe switch that. Remember what Albert Einstein said. Insanity is repeating the same thing over and over again, expecting those results to change, right? Doesn't make sense. Okay, so that's how do you diet. As a personal trainer, I could be making around $1,000 to $2,000 a month extra by selling supplements. I can be putting a big advertising picture right there about the supplement that I sell, but I make a lot of research and supplements don't help. I haven't found anything that help. I used to take it, and instead of helping me, it was affecting my health. I had a couple nights that I had to wake up and try to catch up my breath because I was actually wasn't be able to catch up my breath when I was sleeping, and later find out that I was creating one of the things that actually was making that happen. Once I stopped drinking that, my life was perfect. I could go to sleep, and I never wake up because of the same problem. Protein is another one. Protein was giving me a lot of zits on my skin. My stomach was blurry most of the time. My brain wasn't really clear. It was foggy. As soon as I left that, my body feels better. I'm stronger, and I don't need it. There is no benefit that I have read out that really helps you, okay? Instead of that, intoxicate the liver. Okay, it's up to you if you want to drink it, no big deal. If somebody persuade you to buy it and drink it, it's fine. Go right ahead. But once again, that's my next suggestion. Get it out of your diet. So, what that left us with? Whole foods, real food, which is grains, meats, veggies, fruits, legumes, and everything that Mother Nature give it to us in the natural way. Okay, so start cooking, start making you things at home. You're gonna see how much weight you're gonna lose when you start doing that. So now, once you got rid of all that junk that you're not supposed to eat, and you find out what good foods you are allergic to and out of your diet, the next point is what we're gonna do is eating on schedule. Eating on schedule is very important. And why is important? Because if you don't eat on schedule, you're gonna overeat. We have a survival mechanism in our brain that tells us that we're hungry, and it's okay because we're hungry. We need nutrients. We need energy. When you don't eat and take long time, 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours, 12 hours, guess what your brain's gonna tell you? I'm hungry. I need to eat. And you are not gonna have time to actually process information. At that moment, what's gonna happen with you? You're gonna be thinking about nothing. Your animal sense is gonna come out. You're gonna say, "Okay, I need to eat. I need to eat." And anything that is in front of you, you're gonna eat. Doesn't matter if you know how bad processed food is. Doesn't matter if you know that thing is not good. Maybe it's past due and you can't eat it or things like that because you're so hungry. You're just gonna eat it. Okay? The next point is You're gonna overeat because you feel like you haven't eaten for a while and you need to eat a lot. That's human behavior. It's normal. So you want to avoid that by eating on schedule. So the first thing I recommend is eat your breakfast. Within 3 hours, eat a fruit. Within 3 hours and a half, your lunch. With another 3 hours and a half, another fruit. And then eat your dinner. For breakfast, what I recommend is actually oatmeal. I recommend oatmeal. You can put fruit on it. You can put raisins. Make it fun. But don't put any sugar. Refined sugar is bad as well, okay? You're eating calories that you don't need to eat. You can put some sweetness by adding fruit or adding honey. Out refined sugar. You can also eat an egg with spinach. You can fry it. It's okay to fry it. It's okay to put it in some olive oil and make a over easy egg, as an example, with the spinach on the side. Another thing that you can eat is a smoothie, a green smoothie. That's another great idea. There is a lot of recipes online that you can get. So that's a couple examples. Fruit, you can eat any fruit for your snack. Replace that bar for any fruit. Your lunch, you can eat the leftovers from the night before. And what I recommend you cook is at least 15% of veggies. Okay, you can cook more. If you're vegetarian, it's completely fine. If you want to eat, of course, only veggies. You can eat legumes with it, and you can eat grains and meat. Okay, you don't have to eat meat. It's not a need. But if you like meat, go ahead. Okay, put around 20% of meat, 25%. So now we have your whole plan right there. If you have any questions about that, you can always comment in this video, and I'm willing to help you define more about your eating. So let's talk about exercise. Any exercise is going to help you. Any exercise. You don't have to do weightlifting. You don't have to go for a run. You don't have to swim. You can do any or you can do anything. But once again, let's define your goal. If you want to tone your body, none of the cardio exercise is going to do it for you. You need to lift weights or you need to go climbing. Okay? Because you need to work those muscles. You need to challenge those muscles in a different way. The cardiovascular is doing it. But if you're looking only for weight loss in self, without toning your body, it's completely fine. You can go for a run, you can go swimming, you can go hiking, you can go do any other exercise that I already mentioned. But find out what you like to do. Let me help you design a plan real quick. Find out what you like to do, and if you begin with a walk day, 30 minutes, now you're ready to do the next exercise. You can go for a run. You can go for a run 3-4 times a week. Once you decide that plan about going for a run 3 or 4 times a week, or for a hike, or whatever you like to do, a bike ride. I hear some people, they go for bike rides and they go 30, 40, 50 miles. But they go cruising. It's good, but it's not enough. You need to challenge your body a little bit. Get out of that comfort zone. Breathe hard for a couple minutes. It's fine. Get some pain. It's completely fine. It's your body's adapting to that pain, and that's when your body says, I need to lose weight to keep up with this. Otherwise, your body, when you make it easy, your body adapts to that, and they say, what change? I don't need to change. This is the way I'm going to live. Okay? And go ahead and do weightlifting for 3 to 4 times a week. Find a plan that works. Don't do any plan. What I mean with that, make sure you do periodization. Like I mentioned before, make sure you increase your weight little by little and continue progressing. Find out more about periodization and continue progressing. Work all your big muscle groups, okay? Including your legs, including your stomach, including your arms. You're not going to get big. Weightlifting helps you to tone your body, okay? So design that program, running 3 times a week to 4 times a week. So now we have your program. We have you eating healthy and we have your exercise. With eating healthy, you're cutting the calories, extra calories that you don't need to eat. And with exercising, you're burning calories. So it's very simple. You're cutting your calories, you're burning calories, and your fat level will decrease. You are honest with you, you know how far you want to go. You know what you're doing this when she's going to wake up, you decide. You have a goal. You're exercising, and now you are eating healthy. Let's go to the next point. This is very important. Belief. I have many clients that come to me and they ask me if they're going to lose weight. And I tell them, yes, they're going to lose their weight. And what happens? Why I'm telling that? Because the reason is because, yes, they're going to lose it. But what happens? I told them yes because, yes, they're going to lose the weight. But it's not the only reason. The other reason is because I want them to have some peace of mind. I want them to understand that it's possible, that it's going to happen. They have to have faith. They need to believe. You need to believe on it because you believe it's what sends those brain signals to your body. And if you don't believe, your body's not going to move. You're not going to do the things. You're going to drop the things as well. Like I said, that's another factor why people drop their things, because they don't believe. That's the reason why they drop the program. They need to believe. So I want you to believe. I don't want you to just go out there and do a blinded belief. I want you to do those things and see how your body's going to be changing little by little. Believe in the program. Believe in yourself. Believe that it's possible. I'm not sitting here wasting my time just to tell you something that is not going to help you. I am giving you value right here. So I want you to believe on this, okay? And believe on yourself. No doubt. Your friends, your peers, that's your next goal. You need to find out the right people you're going to hang out with. A rehab alcoholic is not going to hang out with alcoholics because he's going to relapse. He's going to go back and drink again. He needs to find people that are actually very successful in that area because they're going to give him tips. They're going to help him. They're going to push him. They're going to do the right thing. They're going to find other ways to spend their time instead of drinking. The same with you. If you want to get out of that hole, don't hang out with people that actually are in that hole. That doesn't mean that you have to be made with them. You can help them if they want to be helped. But you need to pull them this side. You don't have to let them pull you the other side. So make sure you find the right people that actually are exercising, are eating healthy. They want to see you succeed. They're progressing. Make sure you hang out with that people. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult. You're going to swim against the water current. The next point is pain and pleasure. This is another important point. Write it down. We human beings run from pain and we love pleasure. That's the reason why bad habits are so easy to acquire, because they give you pleasure right away. Here's a great example. Drinking. At the moment, we feel lost in that. Drugs are the same thing. Okay? Go shopping as an example. Just for shopping, not for needs. For shopping, they give you that pleasure of acquiring things right in the moment. Eating the wrong foods as well. They give you those flavors. We don't have to put any effort. Just buy it. They give you that momentary pleasure as well. Think about everything that you do that actually give you that momentary pleasure. Now let's talk about the long-term goals. The long-term effects. Does alcohol actually add value in the long term? Does drugs do? What about in the future when we become addicted? Or when we have developed a disease? Or we have lost actually some cognitive process because of it? Or when we start gaining weight? The same goes with the fast food. The same goes with shopping. If you go shopping only for shopping, for acquiring things, you have that pleasure. But in the long term, you're wasting your money. You have a lot of things on your closet that you're not using, and you're wasting your money. So in the long term, the bad habits doesn't bring anything good. That's how we work. We want things right away because we want that pleasure. Now, good habits is the opposite. If you exercise, yes, there is some pain right there. If you save money, there is some pain right there. If you're dealing with the stress by reading, by understanding, by meditating is more painful than drinking alcohol or doing some drugs. But in reality, by you reading, understanding what's going on, deciding a plan, even though it takes more time and it's a little bit more painful, in the long term, you're resolving that stress, you're understanding that stress, and you're not stressed anymore because of that. The same with exercising. exercising in the beginning, they give you that pain, that burning, etc. But in the long term, you'll feel better. Your mind is clear. You start losing weight. Your body transforms. You have more energy. You name it. There is a lot of things that actually your body change. There is a lot of benefits that you get from that exercise. A lot of things. So there is no bad things, but those good habits require time and require pain. Life has a balance, okay? It's not all or anything. I'm very happy with my life. I'm very happy with the way I look. I'm very happy with the way I feel. I'm very happy with who I am. And why is that? Because I have a balance in my life. My life is not only exercising and looking great, okay? I have a spiritual growth, okay? I have a spirit that needs food, and I connect that with God, with the universe, with however you want to call it. I have a family, okay, that contribute to my happiness. My health, with which this is what we're talking about. I have a profession which makes me happy as well. Finances, but I love to balance my 5 areas. So I take care of my spirit, I take care of my family, I take care of my health, I take care of my profession, and I take care of my money. What I'm telling you is, don't drop everything else and just come exercise and give all your life to this. Find a balance so you can be happy. And when you have a balance, the other areas don't suffer. Therefore, you can continue with your exercising. If you drop the other balance, if you, as an example, have a family and don't pay attention to your husband or to your wife, and you don't have a balance with it, your relationship is going to suffer. And then because it's going to suffer, you're going to try to cope with it, and then you're going to drop your exercise. If you don't pay attention to your money, you're going to become actually to the point that you broke it. You're not going to be able to think about anything else. You're not going to have certainty, and therefore you're not going to be able to actually focus on your exercising. Therefore, you need that balance as well. Has been a great pleasure being with you. And you have any questions, please, you can email me to custombodyfitness@gmail.com. And that's it. Please share this video with your friends, with somebody who needs it. Like it. And see you next time.